Rangers 2, Dundee 0. The game is currently 86 minutes on the clock as it stands, and pretty solid performance, I would say, overall. The first half was much better. I feel like the majority of the subs just killed the game for Rangers a little bit. I think Asgard took too many touches in the second half a wee bit, and Chamite it just didn't really offer anything. I thought his touches was terrible, to be honest. And a lot of people were giving Daniil and Miovski a lot of stick because they didn't get a goal or they weren't really involved. But I think the two strikers doesn't work for Rangers. I think it kind of cancels each other out a wee bit. So of course, when you've got two strikers on, you're not going to really notice them as much compared to when you've only got one on. And I think when you do play one striker, it can't be Chamite because it's really bad. I feel like a lot of people aren't recognising that. So yeah, Miovski and Danilo, I feel like if they are playing, it needs to be a one or the other rather than two at the same time because I feel like they cancel each other out, and any two strikers really would, unless it's just two of the best who just work completely well together. Anyway, Raskin scored the header to make it 1-0 in the 8th minute, and that was from a corner. It was a good ball in from Tav, and it was a really decent header. And then the second goal came only 6 minutes later, in the 14th minute, from Mikey Moore, and this was a great finish from the edge of the box. And it really was just like, I just took the ball in, ran a wee bit, and then just a great finish, as I said. And then he actually got a third goal in the 35th minute, but I think it was ruled out for being offside by like maybe Diomande, who was in the keeper's eyesight. But either way, it could have easily been a double. I thought Mikey Moore, he was pretty good in the first half, and when he got took off, I thought Rangers looked a bit worse. Can't remember who actually got took off for. Can't actually remember. But yeah, the players I've chose out to highlight. Barden, I thought he was actually one of the better subs when he came on in the second half. Gisama, I really think since he's had his golden patch at the start of the season, I think he's just been really poor, and he's gone under the radar a little bit for his bad performances. Suter, I thought was pretty solid, just very solid defensively. And as I was saying about Miovski and Danilo, I just feel like they are very good players when they play on their own and they have a good day. I don't think the two striker situation works for Rangers. And yeah, and also I feel bad for Lyle Cameron because he was ready and stripped to come on in the 81st minute, but then ended up having to be Giga who came on for Cornelius because his boot got tore apart or something similar like that. And Cameron, I don't know why he doesn't get more game time than he actually does, because I feel like he's a very good player and he deserves more game time. But overall, I would say Rangers were in the first half miles better. I thought it was one of the better performances that I've seen. And as I'm saying that, Gesama has just made it 3-0. So, yeah, but still, although he has scored the third there, what I'm saying still stands. I do feel like he needs to improve on mainly his final touch with the ball, because I feel like sometimes it's a bit clumsy and ends up getting tackled. So it's just, yeah, so that's the final touch, final ball, and it's dribbling a wee bit. The rest is pretty solid. So yeah, overall 3-0. Kisama got the third there, the 90th minute. It was a good finish, to be fair to him. Outside the box, needs to do that more often maybe. Rangers better in the first half, way much better. Second half, Dundee were much better than Rangers up until about 75th minute. Rangers came into the game a little bit, probably were the better side from that point onwards. And then, yeah, 3-0 full time.